I don't think I'm alone in saying that each year of your life gets worse and worse, with you not knowing how well you have it until the next year. The good news is, it can't get worse than this year. I still need to find a way to get through this year. I know. I'll find a game from my childhood. But where would I find something like that? I got it. Oh, wait. There's no instruction booklet, and I usually buy all my games complete. Fuck it, I'll buy it off Amazon. Road Trip is a PS2 game released in 2002 by the company Conspiracy Entertainment, the publishers of the ever-fabulous Ninja Bread Men for the Wii. And Jesus Christ, if that doesn't get you a dick hard, then you're probably a normal human being. You can't even get past the game's box without noticing weird stuff. Like, why does the license say September 2012? Like, I know that's not going for realism, but it's just so random, and it's 9 years after the game was released. It really makes no sense to me. This game wasn't very popular when it came out, although it did get favorable reviews. That being said, it did garner a re-release on the PSN store in Europe. In the year 2012. Oh, you guys. In the month of February. Motherfuckers couldn't have waited 7 months. Now time to open the box and take out the game and haha, the blue discs of early PS2 games. Kids these days will never understand blue discs, am I right, fellas? Please make me feel special. Okay, well the story here is the president just doesn't want to work anymore. Yep, he just decides that he doesn't want to be president anymore, and it's just like, peace motherfuckers, I'm out. Now, of course, the rest is simple. The president leaves it up to a democratic vote. You, the player, has to gain popularity through winning races to catch the eyes of voters. As you go through the world, you see people smarter than you, more charismatic than you, more deserving than you. But you shamelessly kick them down a notch, over and over again, just to get to your own petty end goal. This, of course, is a dark satire of the American government system being a glorified popularity contest, with little consideration of who is actually right for the job. Or, you know, that works too. You get in the game and you realize that you're quote-unquote the silent protagonist. And then you realize technically everyone's the silent protagonist because you're all just cars. And then you shut the fuck up because it's a kid's game. The goal of the game is to complete all the races, but you only start out with a C license, meaning you can only participate in C races. To get a B license, you have to complete all the C races, and so on. All of the races are unavailable at the start, mind you, so you have to explore the map for these Q factories. This is where the races are. You can pretty much just follow the signs from city to city, but thankfully each city varies enough in how it looks, what you can buy, and what you can do there, making the forced exploration not seem like a chore. The map is pretty large too, thankfully, and you can warp to these Q factories, so it's not really a hassle. And seriously, thank God for that, because this map is pretty fucking big. There's also these stamps you can get for completing activities. The only thing I can really compare it to is modern day achievements, although you really don't get anything for this besides completionist stuff. The map also feels alive, and part of that is down to the fact that you can talk to any car you pass at any time. How do you do that? By running into them, of course.
Maybe we could live in a house like that.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, and then there's the physics. You thought South Park Rally was bad, you clearly haven't seen this game yet. I guess it really doesn't get in the way, but come on, really? It's excusable though, more funny than anything else. Also, there's a surprising amount of content in this game. You have such fun activities like shitty PS2 Rocket League, gambling, we'll get back to that later, and so much more, I couldn't even be bothered to list it here. Although the game isn't hard by any means, it's a lot harder than you think a game aimed at little kids would be. So the challenge turns out to be surprisingly fair. You can go into almost every house and building in the game and find a new activity or a hint or some collectibles or something, which is pretty cool. Sadly though, these activities don't get you money you need for parts, and although the C race is, albeit with some challenge, you can complete with base parts, if you try B race with the base parts, you'll be killed faster than Edward Snowden when/if he comes back to America by some government agency. The only way to win money is to win races or get a job. Now you think that with all the fun activities in this game, a job would be something really fun and cool to make everything less grindy, but nope. It's driving. All you can do for money is driving. You can get a sponsor to give you X amount of miles, but it's a slow grind.
This is where the gambling comes in. Now thanks to the good men over at Secret Passage Labs, we figured out something. I'm playing this game on the emulator, so there's something called save states. If you don't know what save states are, here's a sped up Wikipedia article. Hope that clears the air.
So what you do is go to the casino. There you'll be able to play the roulette table. At that point, create a save state, then bet on any number, and put everything on the table. If you lose, load the save state and bet again. If you win, create a new save state. Rinse and repeat until you have the money you want.
Now, people such as the voices in my head may say that this is cheating. But you see, here's an Instagram conversation saying that it isn't. That's good enough for my moral compass.
Yeah, after that you can blow through all the races with these. After winning the first race, I got really happy because, well, it all worked according to plan. Then I got the money. It was peanuts compared to what I got from the roulette table. That got me thinking, this really should have been a huge accomplishment with a huge award, but it didn't turn out that way. I thought about the true meaning of this game, which in my case was getting it done for the video, so I really don't give a fuck. So yeah, you go through the races with relative ease until you reach this, the World Prix. What you do here is face off in a tournament in which your racing team, yeah, that's kind of the problem, your team. If you're like me, you could give less of a shit about your team before now. I literally just picked the first people that asked, don't mind me just calling cars people. On top of that, I didn't deck my team out, so yeah. Let's just say thank God I cheated because it would have took forever otherwise. I guess that's not an awful thing because of the explorative map, but 2-week video deadline.
Now, I'm not going to spoil the ending, just in case you want to sink time into this game. Which isn't a bad idea, to be honest.
If you're a fan of racing games and RPGs, you'll probably like this. Sure, there are better racing games and better RPGs, but this one's unique. It's a lot better than a kid's game has any right to be.
Okay then, final verdict. It's a pretty fun game, to be honest. Worth playing if you're into RPGs and racing games, like I said. And, yeah, not bad. I give this game a I don't give games arbitrary numbers out of 10 out of 10.
It is. Oh, no, I'm recording. I found the game.